Kakadosh Bokaro, we're just continuing with the halachot that we mentioned yesterday. We started off by mentioning that what happens right now if a Jew already accepted upon himself Shabbat. For example, whether it's going to be biyichidut or even with a tzibur. So for example, here we pray Peleg Mincha, we pray Plag, so therefore it's early. And we already accepted upon ourselves Shabbat early. And now, can we ask another Jew to do a Melacha? So we mentioned you're allowed to ask another Jew to do a Melacha for you. Explicitly, you could ask him to do a Melacha. And that Melacha is even if it's going to be that he accepted Shabbat in a minyan, which means in a tzibur, as long as there's going to be one condition that the majority of the kahal did not accept upon themselves Shabbat. And the reason why is because if the majority of the kahal accept upon themselves Shabbat, now he's not allowed to do Melacha anymore. Automatically he accepts upon himself Shabbat against his will, because once you have the majority of the kahal, which means the majority of the entire congregation doing it, so therefore that's it, there's nothing. So here, it will depend if there's going to be other minyanim. So for example, let's say a person lives in a certain area, and then there you also get into a question. Let's say you live in a certain island, and that island they only have one minyan, and that minyan is the early minyan. So now what happens is that everybody else is there, even though technically, listen, it's still not Shabbat. But if there's only one minyan, so therefore automatically everybody is nigrad after the rova tzibur, and therefore what happens is that they are automatically taken in Shabbat. So they're not allowed to ask anymore a Jew to do a melacha for them, even though they didn't take upon themselves Shabbat. Beforehand, as long as the majority didn't take upon themselves Shabbat, they could ask another Jew and they could benefit from it. But here it's brought down in the halacha brura, this applies even to cooking or even tlisha, which means they are going to pluck things off of a tree. You're allowed to come and you're allowed to benefit. So therefore, it actually comes out very, very important, because this could happen that a person comes to the first minyan here, and there are other minyanim later on. So therefore, if they would be going around the street or they would go anywhere that they want, they could actually come and ask somebody, please do for me a melacha. Now we will speak about in the future, Be'ezrat Hashem, why is there not shliach shel adam kimoto, and we will speak about what about the family members, and then the last thing we'll speak about, what is the earliest time that a person can accept upon himself Shabbat, because when they come here, if they're going to come here before Plag, how do they do with candle lighting? So that will be within the next few days. We'll try to speak about those halachot as well.